Today on the channel, it's Star Wars Ladies Night with the Star Wars Black Series comic book editions of Princess Leia and Dr. Aphra.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars Black Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Dr. Aphra, and we've got Princess Leia. But for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code KYLE, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $59 does ship free. Got to get a deal. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on this channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And very similar packaging designs, but very different at the same time. And I guess we're going to go in order here. We're going to start with the good princess. We're going to start with old Princess Leia. No stranger is this packaging here. A little bit different than your traditional Black Series. Obviously, these are the comic book edition figures. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't read a whole lot of Star Wars comic books. I did read a little bit, maybe in the 96, 97 era. I want to say they were Dark Horse comics at the time, if I can remember right. There was that classic one with Luke Skywalker on the front. Anyways, long story short, didn't read a lot of comic books from Star Wars era, but very cool figures as we've seen. Some good, some bad though, like the Black Kristan. We'll talk about him in a little bit as well. But let's take a look at this one here. We got old Princess Leia, a very good looking Princess Leia. This is a good one, and this is kind of how I imagined her when I was a kid playing with my Star Wars toys. This is kind of what my brain did when I was having battle scenes and things like that. This is kind of how I imagined Princess Leia. So very cool to get this one all these years later of kind of my imagination running wild and how she was in the comic books as well. It does say at the top, Princess Leia. What else does it say up here? Star Wars, Princess Leia, Organa, four and up, of course. Kids under 3, man, get out of here. Definitely looking good. Princess Leia Organa on the side, a little comic book artwork on the side as well. And then on the back, not a whole lot going on. A little bit more comic book artwork. The whole team's there, the old Dream Team, hanging out, doing their thing. And then we do get the flap, and we do get a little Velcro action. Opens up like this, very cool, like a book. A little comic art, we got a blurb, we'll read that. And then you got the big window packaging for Princess Leia there. Got her weapons, all that fun stuff. Let's see what it says about Princess Leia Organa. Let's see. Princess Leia Organa was one of the greatest leaders of the Rebel Alliance. Fearless on the battlefield and dedicated to ending the Empire's tyranny. So good for her, fighting the good fight every single day. But let's pull her out of the package. See what all the fuss is about. As I move the table around, watch out, but nothing too fun in there. See you later, goodbye. And we get the old plastic prison, and man, she's got a cape. Cape season running strong with Princess Leia today. There she is in the plastic prison. You know, pop her out there, and then let's see if I can get her through with this cape. Oh, this cape, always difficult, but there it is. See you later, goodbye. Got a little Spider-Man style, bam, see you later. Goodbye. Let's take a look at these accessories first. We do get a Stormtrooper blaster. I'm sure she killed some Stormtrooper, probably beheaded him somehow, and then she took his blaster. So we've seen this numerous times. No stranger to this in the line, of course. And we do get the long little like pistol, I guess, that Leia has. All in black, nice silver tip on this one. Definitely Princess Leia-like. If we go back to the Power of the Force time with Princess Leia, we get a very similar weapon with her in that as well. So very cool to see that. Now we get Princess Leia here, and like I said, I'm excited for this one, as this reminds me of how I would play with Princess Leia with my toys as a kid. She would be ready for battle. She'd be on the fighting with Han and Chewie and everybody else. Lando, of course. She'd be hanging out with everybody, fighting alongside of them, and very cool version of Princess Leia here. I love the cape. It is cape season after all. A very nice cape here, a very minimalistic cape. It's not one of those fancy capes like Lando Calrissian would have, but definitely is a cape at the end of the day. And then she's got her white kind of jumpsuit. It looks like she just got back from Hoth. Got her blackish, brownish colored boots. Got the waist there with the big old belt. You got a spot to hold her blaster on the side. Always here for that, of course. Definitely looking good. All day long, we know it is Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia. Got a similar but different hairdo, a little bit bigger hair going on back here. But very ornate, very well kept, like she's always done with her buns and things like that. We got a little bit of that kind of stuff going on. Maybe a little bit peachy in the face, just a hair maybe like her blood pressure's up or something. She's got a little of that going on, but it still does look like Princess Leia. There's no doubt who this is. If you are familiar with Princess Leia and somebody hands you this, said, who is this? They're going to say it's Princess Leia. So it does look very good there. Of course, articulation. Head moves around a little bit. That cape does get in the way just a little bit there. Arms, cape once again gets a way of moving your arms all the way around. You do get side to side at the elbows, single joint at the elbows, back and forth on the hands. You get two trigger hands on both these. Of course, we've got two weapons. That makes sense. She's going to be double fisting the old pew-pews. She's going to be doing that all day long. We do get waist articulation. Big old Princess Leia splits. If she needs to jump over a stormtrooper or maybe an Ewok, she can do that. Thigh cut. I can't see. Yes, we do got a thigh cut in there. That looks good. Double jointed knees here for that. Boot cut, and then ankles back forth, side to side. So your usual Star Wars Black Series-like articulation right here. But a good Princess Leia. Like I said, it's not movie Princess Leia, but this is how a lot of kids, myself included, imagined Princess Leia as a kid when we were playing with our Star Wars figures. At least that's what I did. Does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at ringside and make sure you get a Mattel stand. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Looking good. I am here for this Princess Leia all day long. A good figure, and I believe still on discount at Entertainment Earth if you're looking to pick this one up. Now we're going to turn our attention to one I'm not super familiar with. It is Dr. Aphra from the comics, of course. She had her own comic book series. She's been around, and she did have a Black Series figure 5 years ago, let's call it. What is time? What is time, really, at the end of the day? But that did sell out very fast, and that was a line, a wave. A wave, how about? That was a wave that really didn't have the distribution some of the other waves did. So it really came and went really fast. I was passing at the time, so I never had it, but I do have it now. So here we go. So we're going to see some reuse, I am sure, with this. But like I said, a lot of people missed out on this figure back in the day. Now's your second chance. Now, packaging going to be similar but different. We're going to see that here as we dive into it. But there's old Dr. Aphra. Ah, the good doctor. She's like a young Doctor Who. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that at all. But she does look very interesting here. Of course, 4 and up, once again. Star Wars Dr. Aphra. Is that kind of like Doctor Who kind of lettering up there? Maybe not. I've never really watched Doctor Who. I don't know anything about Doctor Who. I know they had a werewolf toy at one time that I kind of wanted to get. I was like, I like werewolves. I should pick that one up. I didn't do it, though. But Doctor Who, only time I really remember ever watching Doctor Who was on PBS, of course, everybody's local PBS affiliate. Late Saturday nights at like midnight, Doctor Who would be on. And I remember just thinking, this is so weird. I just can't figure it out. And it was a Tom Baker. Was that the Doctor Who? I know enough to be dangerous, I guess. But Tom Baker, I think, and he had the big old scarf going on. Man, that guy was just an interesting guy to look at. I didn't know what was up with that scarf and that big coat, and I couldn't understand it. It was just so foreign to me. And then there was that show called like Red Dwarf. I think that's what it was called. Didn't understand that either. It was just so foreign and just looked so weird and so different. I would just kind of look at it. I really wouldn't be able to understand what was going on, and then I'd change the channel to something else. That's what would happen. But the more you know, folks, the more you know. But then you do get the comic book artwork on the side like we saw before. Dr. Aphra on this side looking really nice. I do like that these are like bookcases. You just put them on, or you put them in a bookcase. It's like a book. I do like the packaging design on these a lot. On the back, a few comic issues, artwork, whatever we're going to call it, UPC's warnings, all that, glamour shot, not a whole lot going on. But here's where things get a little different than Princess Leia. You unbox it, and we're plastic free. So you almost get a traditional Star Wars Black Series card in there. You get the blurb, get a little bit more graphics over here. Very interesting packaging, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Sure, I guess I have no choice. I have no choice. But let's read about Dr. Aphra. Unpredictable rogue archaeologist, like a young Indiana Jones. Dr. Chelly Lona Aphra is one of the galaxy's most daring treasure hunters. Despite questionable morals and equally bad judgment, her luck hasn't run out yet. Oh, I see what you did there. Well, one of these days, there's a first time for everything, as we know. But man, oh man, she's wrapped up in a mummy's tomb in here, so we're going to pull her out. We're going to see what all the fuss is about. See you later. Goodbye, and she is literally wrapped up like a mummy. We're all wrapped up in here. The old cardboard prison. She looks like she's just getting ready to have a burial at sea. Like, they're just going to throw her overboard and just say, okay, she's done. She's done for. Nice knowing you, the good doctor. But we do got this. Boy, oh boy, this is complicated here. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. We're going to pull her out of the parchment paper prison. There it is. Goodbye. See you later. And then we do got her weapon in here. It looks like only one weapon. Is that all she gets? That's all she gets. And she gets Han Solo's blaster, of all things. How about that? Bam. See you later. goodbye. But we get a Han Solo blaster, so reuse once again, this time in a brown color instead of black, and you do get the silver tips on the end, so you do get a little silver action there. That's all she gets. That's all the good doctor gets, and now we get her out of the package here. Looking interesting, that is for sure. She does got a holster there, much like Princess Leia. She does have a holster on the side here. Instead of a cape, she's got a big overcoat, almost like something out of the Wild Wild West. Nice pliability with this. Sometimes they're very hard and rigid in the Black Series. This is a nice soft plastic that you can kind of move around, so I do like that a whole lot. She does got an interesting hat on. It's like an old Flyboy hat or something. It looks like... oh boy, was it Baloo in Tailspin? Go, taking it way back to Tailspin. You know, Kit, was it Kit or Kip and Baloo? And they were off to the races all the time in that plane. It almost reminds me of kind of that hat going on. I don't know if that, oh, look at that, it is removable, so you can remove that. And look at this, she does have a scarf that is also removable, so you get some extra accessories here. You can pull this coat off if you want to. It doesn't really work though because of her red undershirt, and then the sleeves still stay, so it doesn't really match. So that's something you really wouldn't want to do here. But you can take it down a notch or two, and definitely an interesting head sculpt on here. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with the character. I've seen pictures, and I guess it gets the point across, but I don't know if I'm at the level with the good doctor here that if somebody popped a head off, handed it to me, who is this? I don't know if I could say that. I'm not on that relatability with her, I guess we'll call it that way. But she's got some of that windswept hair, got kind of the hair over the eyes a little bit. What's she hiding? What's she hiding, the good doctor? Who knows? But does look good, feels good in hand as well. Articulation, the arms do go all the way around. No bicep cut, but you do get the single jointed elbows, the side to side of the elbows, back forth, side to side on the hands. Head articulation, we can move it up and down. Not really any up and down, in all honesty. Side to side, you do get some of that action. Look at this, she's got a female ab crunch and a hula hoop at the top. I am here for that. And also, I forgot to mention pinless joints, so at least in the arms. But definitely looking good. I like that women's ab crunch here. It gives just a little bit more plausibility for some of these Black Series figures, so I definitely do like that in this figure. You get the side to side on the waist. You get the old Dr. Aphra splits if you need to. She does have the old thigh cut. Double jointed knees, unfortunately not pinless knees on her, and then the ankles, the boots, side to side, back and forth, so you get the articulation there. But not a bad figure, actually. A little bit better than expected, I would even go that far, but an interesting one nonetheless. But we can put her on a stand. Yes, she also fits on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Once again, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Fits very good, and of course I did bring one of her friends from the comics, of course the comic version of Black Kristan. He is supposed to be coming out as a deluxe figure. I am so excited for that. You guys know I love a hairy bipedal creature. I'm going to be all in on that one. I can't wait to get that. But these two pair pretty good. It's almost like the opposite of Chewbacca and Han Solo in some ways right here. But very cool to have these two together. That's where they're going to be on my shelf as a little pair here. And of course, when I do get that movie version, or I guess TV show version of Black Kristan, I will be putting that with the Mandalorian set on my collection. So there you go. But an interesting one, ladies' night here tonight. We got Princess Leia, we got Dr. Aphra. What are your guys' thoughts on these two? Easy pickups, easy passes. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on the Patreon channel. Your best way to support the channel and all the content this channel does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Ladies Night Star Wars, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.